Hello everyone, welcome to Somya's Diary. I am Somyaranjan Pati. Today, I will discuss about the key initiatives of Department of Commerce. So before coming to the initiatives, let me discuss about the function of the department. Yesterday, we discussed about Make in India policy. We also have Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. These policies aim to boost manufacturing as well as service sector in the Indian economy. To manufacture products, we need to import many items. Similarly, we also sell many items at international market. The products may be finished product or may be intermediate product. It may be a raw material. So if we want to make surplus in the trade, then we have to make less import and more export. To boost export, there is need of market for our products. Then there should be demand for our products and the product should be competitive at the international market. To do this, we need a trade policy that creates favorable condition that can establish through bilateral and multilateral commercial relation, a policy that takes care of development and regulation of export-oriented industry, a policy that will take care of special economic zones, export promotion and trade facilitation. This framework and strategy is formulated and implemented and monitored by Department of Commerce. Then what is foreign trade policy? Is it only the export promotion? No, it is much beyond that. It aims at market creation, promoting diversification of export basket, then more importantly, providing a stable, sustainable policy environment. And also, this policy should be aligned to our domestic policies like Make in India, Digital India, Skill India. Now, let's discuss some important schemes. So, the first one is remission of duties and taxes on export products. There is a notified list of goods for which a mechanism to digitally refund exports is done. Then the next one is merchandise export from India scheme and service export from India scheme. Under both schemes, duty credit scrips are available to incentivize exporter. There are also other schemes like Focus Product Scheme, Focus Market Scheme, Vishesh Krishi and Gram Udyog Yojana, Incremental Export Incentive Scheme, then Sold from India Scheme, Status Holders Incentive Scripts. So under which similar facilities are also available. Then the next one is duty remission scheme for duty-free import. Under this, advance authorization scheme is there. It is a WTO compliant duty exemption scheme for pre-imports of inputs. Under this, all import duties like basic custom duty, integrated goods and services, cess and anti-dumping duties are exempted. Then we have duty-free import authorization scheme where the authorization is available after the product is exported. Then to support the gems and jewelry sector, duty-free import of precious material from nominated agencies is allowed. In order to enhance export competitiveness, export promotion capital goods scheme is there. And for the pre-production, production and post-production in all these three phases, zero customs duty is there under this scheme. We also have interest equalization scheme. Under this scheme, interest equalization at the rate of 3% per annum is made available to eligible exporters. Then we have export-oriented units, electronics hardware technology park, software technology park, biotechnology park. The objectives of these schemes are to promote export, then enhance foreign exchange earning, attract foreign investment for export production and employment generation. The next one is deemed exports. Supply of goods to certain categories mentioned in the foreign trade policy are regarded as deemed exports. Under this duty exemption, refund of terminal excise duty and duty drawback refund is done. The next one is transport and marketing assistance for specified agriculture product scheme. Under this scheme, transport assistance at a fixed rate is provided for export by air and sea through direct beneficiary transfer. In order to promote export and import entrepreneurship, Niryat Bandhu scheme is there. This is a training program. Now let's discuss some important matters related to export. So the first one is special chemicals, organism, materials, equipment and technology. The abbreviation is SCOMET. The SCOMET items, they are normally used for dual purpose, that is for civilian purpose as well as for weapons of mass destruction application. Export of such items are restricted or prohibited. Then there are various items under Schedule 2 of ITC classification. For export and import, these are categorized as free, restricted and prohibited goods. Similarly, for import, there are restricted items, preferential tariff rate quota is there, most favored nation tariff rate quota is there. Apart from that, there are certain other policies. Policies like developing district as export hub, various initiatives taken to increase ease of doing business, management information system on export promotion scheme and data analytics. Various e-governance projects are also there. A detailed literature of the same is available in my article. Refer to my website somyasdiary.com. The link is given in the description box below. Then we have trade infrastructure for export scheme. The scheme provides assistance for setting up and upgradation of infrastructure projects with export linkage like border hut, land custom station, trade promotion center. Similarly, market access initiative scheme is an export promotion scheme formulated to act as a catalyst to promote India's export on a sustained basis. We also have champion service sector scheme. Under this scheme, the department is engaging with nodal ministries to pursue reform agenda to give a fillip to the broad-based growth across high potential service sector. I hope you got an overview on the working of the department. So that's all for today. Meet you tomorrow with another topic. If you like the content, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for your precious time.